Yo, what's poppin', guys? You got your boy Nandra here, back at it with yet another intro to building, this time featuring Seraph. Now, for many of you who know, Seraph is, pretty iconic in the game of Shadowverse just because it was the first alt-wing con, and even now, many people still find it very near and dear to their heart. Now, when Seraph Lapis got revealed, the actual creature herself, people, they kind of like flip shit, and they were like freaking out, like, hey, this is gonna be so good. However, it didn't really pan out that well, but I think that part of it, which I'm gonna go ahead and talk about in this video, is because like the actual application of how they're like trying to play it, which I think is incorrect. Now, yes, I know those are some pretty bold words, but if you've ever talked to me at all, I'm a pretty bold person. Anyway, so this is gonna be the intro to building for Seraph. I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and open up the builder so we can get a better look at it. So, the reason why I disagree with the current practice with the current deck list of how people have been building their Seraph is because it's too passive. It's literally too passive. So if you think about logistically, if you just think about it, the reason why old Seraph, which is Seraph the Amulet, and new Seraph the Creature, the reason why they're different is because one of them can reward passive play, the other one does not. The other one will reward you for being more active. That what I mean is that Seraph the Creature, at the end of the day, Seraph the Creature still needs to actually die before you can get your countdown started. Whereas Seraph the Amulet, which is technically slightly a turn faster because it already starts off in amulet form, and you just need 3 countdowns. So when you just need 3 countdowns, you can just go ahead and just sit, install or whatever, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine. Hell, even then it's still kind of questionable, but it's fine. It's fine because at the end of the day, or whatever, there's no interaction at that point between you and your opponent. It's either do they have it out, or can they kill you right then and there. Versus Seraph the Amulet, which is, can you get your Seraph killed in time? Do they have the answer, and can they kill you? That's 3 questions versus 2 questions, but you need to put it in a spot where you take away one of the options, where you put them in a spot where they must kill it, and then it now becomes, do you have the amulet, or are you dead on board? So you're just gonna moving it up from 3 to 2 essentially to put it back on par with the original Seraph. Now, there are a few different ways to do this. However, for me, I decided that what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and play Summit Temple. I like playing Summit Temple just because, again, it's one of those the nice thing is that Summit Temple got a few nice tools. Additionally, there's also things the fact that either the White Wing has natural synergy with that of Summit Temple, just because you can pull Heavenly Knight or you can pull Serenity and Hind. There's also the fact that the Summit Temple in itself is what can make the Seraph terrifying, because if I stack in the face of the Seraph and then I play Knight then I play Summit Temple plus Knight, you're taking 14 damage. 14 damage is a lot of damage to be taking, especially if I hit the Summit Temple in the back, and I just go ahead and just drop that on your face. If you took 6 damage at any point in the game for whatever reason, you're dead. You actually just died. And that's kind of cool, neat little thing you can do, just because when you actually have pressure on your opponent, they'll feel forced to go ahead and clear every single thing off the board, just because that's the natural modus operandi of the average Shadowverse player. They'll clear everything. They'll clear everything if you tell them that they need to clear it, and that's all you have to do. Now, the actual list itself. So you see here, I have 3 globes. 3 globes is, I don't know, it's pretty staple for me. I don't know. I really like 3 globes just because it makes your deck essentially a 34 card deck as long as you hit one of these globes. 2 Summit. So the 2 Summit is because honestly, I needed space to do my other things. Additionally, even though yes, I have the Summit Temple here, I only have more than 1 just because I acknowledge the fact that only playing 1 is going to be kind of hard to find, and that 2 people can blow it up. But I don't think you need 3 Summit Temple, especially going forward, just because Summit Temple as an archetype, it gets a lot of get guards, so eventually you're going to need to cut space. And I definitely think that kind of 1 copy of Summit is definitely correct. 2 Featherfall Hourglass. This one's actually a really big one for me. So the Featherfall Hourglass, it's a very, very nice creature because it's a creature that your opponent can't interact with, and you get to decide when you get to interact with your opponent. It also makes some of their turns kind of awkward. You can kind of think about it as like Moire like 1, or you can kind of think of it as like Moire 0.5. So essentially I have like 4 copies of Moire because like most times this is going to kill a small creature. Now obviously it's not quite as good as Moire because in the sense that, oh, well, Moire can kill like a Proto Baja or something like that randomly, whereas this could not. However, for cleaning up, you know, small garbage off the board, this card does the trick just as nicely. And of course, it costs 1 mana, so as long as you can you know play around your turns properly and just gonna set your opponent up into a spot where we get additional kills off this, it makes it pretty good. Additionally, this card, the other thing that does, which is very, very nice, that has some like nice like slight synergy with Morrowind. This way, when you play your Morrowind, if this only has like 1 countdown on it, like for example, maybe you say, I don't know, like played it on like 2 for some reason because you bricked, and you go ahead and play this with like Morrowind and go like and do like this plus like Morrowind Evo. You get a lot of mileage out of it just because you get to clear up whatever the biggest unit was at the time, and then go ahead and clear up the second unit. But have like your Morrowind be like either a 6/4 or a 6/5, depending, you know, what happens. And that's really good because that makes Morrowind hit, you know, a nice break point at which your opponent has to burn 2 cards instead of just 1 to kill it. And that's, you know, pretty cute. Now, I was actually thinking about making this 3 Featherfall, but I don't know yet. I haven't actually gotten the chance to play for that yet. But I'll go ahead and, like, you know, keep that in mind as a nice consideration. 3 Legendary Fighter. So Legendary Fighter, basically, it's a 2/2/2 drop, which is important because I kind of need these in order to, you know, fight on the board. The other thing is that Legendary Fighter, it does, you know, obviously like work pretty well with what Haven does. Like you do generate spells, you do play amulets, you do obviously evolve creatures. So, you know, that's not bad, alright? The other thing is that, like, with the spells you get, as well as, again, the easy amulets, like, for example, if you go, like, Globe plus Scripture or something like that, you can just randomly kill you can just, like, randomly kill something like, say, I don't know, a Latham, for example, which is, like, pretty nice, because there's, like, 5 mana to kill Latham, and also, like, you do technically advance your board state slightly, but, well, advance your game state, not your board state, just your game state. That's kind of cool and pretty cute. I like that. 3 Lorena. So Lorena, just again, yeah, it's yet another 2/2 that helps us fight on the board. You evolve her. You go ahead and you usually try to get the Lorena's Iron Fist, just because that clears up a lot of garbage. Although alternatively, a Lorena's Holy Water is also pretty nice as well, just because like you do take a lot of damage here, just because I don't have as many, you know, like comeback mechanics or whatever, so you have to like play like pretty top notch in order to like make sure you get the wins. 3 Unicorn Knight. So Unicorn Knight is the card I'm probably gonna switch with a 3rd copy of Featherfall Hourglass when I go ahead and decide to go and test that out. Again, like I said, still haven't tested that. Yeah, I've only played around like 6 games of this deck so far. But Unicorn Knight, very, very cute, very, very nice. So Unicorn Knight, it helps in the matchups where you versus opposing Haven, where you versus aggro, and sometimes where you versus Sword. Because like I said, I don't really have comeback mechanics, so basically how I like go about how I like, you know, go about winning these games is just me like always active, always the aggressor, and very rarely the defender. But Unicorn Knight, it helps you know do both roles pretty nicely. Now as a 1/3, it does kind of sit on the board for quite some time. It does kind of make it annoying for your opponent to play 2/1s or 1/1s, you know, things like that. Also the both options from it, either the Unicorn or the Unicorn Spear, both are pretty nice. The Unicorn is a 6 mana 5/5 that heals anything on the board for 3. And then Unicorn Spear is a 3 mana deal 4 heal 1, which is also pretty good as well, because again, benchmarks. 3 Scripture, obviously. 3 Dogma. So Dogma, you obviously have to play because you're playing the Seraph. Now, I don't know if you have to play 3. I'm pretty sure you do have to play 3 though. But I don't actually know for sure, just because again, haven't played that many games with it. But it's not bad. It's not like awful to have, just because at the end of the day, you can go ahead and use it to cycle some things. Like for example, you can go ahead and like play Globe, then cycle the Globe, and then just like draw a bunch of cards that way, which is like not bad. It is kind of passive, but it's not overall in a pinch. If you have to do it, it's not awful. Same thing for Moria. You can go ahead and play Moria for 2 mana, then play a Hollow Dogma for 2 more mana, draw 2 cards, blow up one unit on the board indiscriminately. So it's like not bad at all. Again, like I said, 3 Scripture Standard, 2 Star Torrent. So Star Torrent is pretty nice. Star Torrent gets me additional value, 1, because it's not a creature, and therefore costs less mana. 2, because people are playing like aggro decks again. So if, for example, like there's like aggro blood right now, which like plays a lot of snakes, a lot of bats and things like that. You play Star Torrent, you win that game. You straight up just win that game. Also, the other thing is that like it works mana cost wise with what like my ideal thing to happen is. So my ideal thing is that like my opponent's, you know, staring down possible lethal. They kill the Seraph. I go ahead and I get my natural countdown trigger. I then go ahead and play Morai or Marwyn into whatever one I didn't play first into Star Torrent, and that gets me the win. So that's exactly 9 mana versus like if I was playing like, I don't know, like say like Oath Plume Warrior or whatever. If I hit 2 4s, I can't actually kill him on turn 9. I would have to wait another turn and open up myself to being like Falcon Graced or like Tongue-Geared or something silly like that. 1 Apostle of Repose. So this one is actually a very, very interesting one that I haven't actually covered that much, but I actually really like Apostle of Repose. Now the card itself is kind of slow, but the thing I like about her is that like she puts your opponent in a very awkward spot, because as we know, 1/4 Bane units are very, very annoying. As we've seen from, you know, things like say Lilac, Lashana, things like that. But this one's even more annoying just because like the longer you refuse to kill this, the more creatures it kills. So most times your opponent will have to go out of their way to kill it, which then gets you a free turn. Free turns are very, very easily abused. So I think when you're playing this card, you're gonna probably want to play it on 5 maybe. You're gonna want to play it on 5, so this way you open up an opportunity for you to play Serenity and Hind and start digging for cards off of your Aether, which is very, very important. Just because like Serenity and Hind again has a lot of HP, like threatens to do a lot of things as well. It then opens up the doorway for you to play Knight, as well as open up the doorway for you to eventually play that on your Seraph. Because stuff's like pretty cool. You also, again, like as I said before, you dig for cards that you might want to, you know, pull out of your decks. This way you get better draws and can possibly find your countdown activators, which is again important because you want to try to trigger that Seraph if you can, or if you know you need to. 3 Marwyn, aka Marbro. So Marwyn is pretty nice, just because like again, like he's nice, like kind of like all around sort of card. Like he does take you to additional. He does take you to like, I guess, essentially technically later game states, but it's still like the same game state, just like slightly accelerated. The other things that like when evolved, he's kind of a nightmare for many decks to deal with. Now going first, yeah, if you're going first, you're gonna want to play it. If you're going second, you're still probably gonna want to play, but you're gonna have to like. But you're gonna have to know they have to evolve it no matter what. The reason why is because if you know if you even have the slightest suspicion that your opponent is playing Jerry, you have to evolve this, because when evolved, it makes it really, really awkward for the Jerry player to clear it, because the base have to like suicide the Jerry, and that's really funny. Versus Dragon, again, contrary to you know popular belief, it's actually not even that bad versus Dragon. Even if the Dragon player is ramping, but like most Dragon players do not play Oracle right now in favor of just like playing like more tempo board oriented or whatever. So that's a thing that's happening right now. The other thing, and this one is probably the most important, is that it is actually a countdown for the Seraph, as well as taking you to like a later game state in order to take you to a later mana point stage in order to be able to play the Seraph in the first place. So it's kind of a big deal as well. 2 Serenity and Hind. So I wanted to play more Hind, but as you can see, like my deck space is kind of cramped, so I just had to settle for 2. The Serenity and Hind is not bad. Like I said, it's just a really, really annoying card for your opponent to deal with, just because like both forms are super annoying. But most times I usually try to play Black Hind or Base Hind if I can, just because I like those two more. Just because I think Black Hind is usually only like really good if your opponent has like that big of a creature in play, but that almost never happens because I can usually deal with everything else. And then pretty much I only ever go for Black Hind unless like popping like multiple, either 1 or 2 plus more at the same time, which like doesn't happen that often, but it does happen from time to time. And it's like that's really, really strong. But again, like I said, base form or light hind are usually like what I try to go for. But usually I think for me like base hind is more preferred, just because again, like the longer he lives, the more cards you draw, the closer you get to your Seraph, the closer you get to your countdown things, and that's, yeah, it's cute. Also, he has a ton of base HP, which is also nuts as well. 2 Aether. Like I said, the Aether space is kind of cramped. You could make an argument for playing 3, but I like playing 2. It's just, I don't know, like right now it's just been like working for me. So the Aether, it lets you pull, obviously speaking, either Aether, Knight, or Seraph. Most times you're usually gonna pull like Knight first, or sorry, not Knight. You're usually gonna pull Hind first, and then maybe after that you're gonna try to like pull Seraph. Very rarely are you going to want to pull the Knight, but you might pull the Knight if your versus aggro and you're kind of behind and you need to like keep the Knight alive in order to win, which does happen again from time to time. Not all that often, but it does happen. And then of course 2 Seraph. So yes, even though she's the namesake of the deck, you do not play 3. I do not. I don't know. I've never once enjoyed playing 3 Seraph, and I don't think that'll change even with the creature version. Sorry, rather, especially with the creature version, because like with the creature version, you can actually tutor it directly out into the field, as opposed to just having to like draw it to your hand or something like that. No, you can just put it right into play, and that's pretty good. Additionally, yes, even though there are counters to this that are in fact in the meta right now, that does not change things for me. Like the only thing changes that, oh well, I'm gonna make sure to put myself in a spot where which my deck is not 1-dimensional and that can like win off of 2 dimensions or more. But in this case, it's gonna use just 2 dimensions. It's just the I either put you very behind and kill you with Summit. I just put you very behind and just kill you, period. Or I just put you very behind with the Seraph, or just like I just kill you with Seraph. And that's just one of those things. Like it's like you're sorry, both the opportunity cost as well as the benefits off of playing a hybrid deck is that one, it can be kind of hard to play because you have to be really good at discerning which game plan you're like allowed to go for, and then 2, it's the benefit of playing some of these decks is that your decision making overall gets a lot better, which I think is like why I like playing these. Also, you're not hosed by by the random asshole who just like decides that, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and play an anti-Seraph deck or something cute like that or whatever. Like you're no longer hosed by those kind of things, because again, Jerry decks are kind of popular, and Jerry decks do play Falcon Race. Some of them also play Satunga as well, so that is something to be aware of. Yeah. But yeah. So I do like I said, I do have a concept game stream, but that'll be in a later video. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like and hit the subscribe button if you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.